Hi guys, welcome back to my XVS guide. Sorry for the late review for Levinson, but here we go. Let's compare him to Aurora, Freyevia, and Rap. So I must say Levinson is the best hybrid at this point of the game, okay? And like you can see, his stats is pretty decent. He gets 200% attack and magic boost, but to achieve that, you must equip mace, and maybe that's not the best weapon on this game, even for hybrid. And if you take a look on his survivability, I must say it is decent, 50% health boost, but still Aurora Freyevia is the leader with 100% health boost. Okay, his defense and spirit stats are also good, so he won't have any problem on any recent new trials. Okay, he also has 20% fire, ice, wind, and earth resist combined with his Trustmaster reward. That means 35% on those elements, which is very nice. And he has useful counter. It will recover 10% health, MP, or both health and MP to all allies. But again, it maybe not happen frequently because he is not a tanker. And maybe the best part about his offensive capabilities is he has 100% human and fairy killer. So yes, that's it. Okay, pretty bland passives, but I must say it is decent for hybrid characters. Now let's take a look on his abilities. So he able to chain with lots of chaining families: Divine Ruination, Chaos Wave Awaken, Bolting Strike, and Aureolry. But the strongest chaining move is Bolting Strike, so maybe you won't need to care about the other moves. And he also able to imbue himself with 4 elements. Whoa, pretty flexible: fire, ice, wind, and earth. And he also able to buff 70% of those elements resist to all allies. So I must say pretty decent, okay, as an offensive and support character. He also has 200% fast LBV rate to all characters and 250% attack and magic for himself. So that is really important because he is hybrid character, so he need both attack and magic buff. And he also able to entrust his limit burst crystal to other characters. Yes, I know his limit burst require 50 LB crystals, but he only need to use it once, okay, because the damage modifier lasts for 9,000 turns. So unless you die, you don't need to use his LB anymore. So you can use it for Lucas or other purpose. Okay, but remember that Entrust doesn't work with his triple cast. And maybe those are nice, but maybe it's not ordinary. I think the feature that I like him the most is he can become very nice breaker. Okay, it is a setup ability, but it lasts for 5 turns and you can always use it anytime you want. I mean, available on demand, okay, unless the enemy able to dispel your break. So let's say if you have Sylphie able to break enemy attack and magic by 74%, I forgot, okay, but it is a cooldown ability and the cooldown takes longer than the duration. Combining Sylphie with Levinson is really good idea because after second turn, you will always able to break 74% and enemy attack and magic. Okay, break, set up, and then when your duration nearly off, I believe that your cooldown ability is already refreshed. So really good backup abilities. Okay. And for Imperil, he able to imperil only fire and ice. So for wind and earth, you are out of luck. Okay, you need to search for another sources. You can see the damage on the table here. Divine Ruination, low damage, and it is pure physical damage. Okay, so I believe you won't use it and bother with it. For Chaos Wave Awaken, it is nice, okay, because it is pure magic attack, but again, compared to real mage, the damage seems pathetic. And remember, because it is a magic damage, it doesn't take advantage from your two-handed weapon. So if you really need Chaos Wave Awaken, don't bring Levinson. Just bring that White Lily, Dark Venom. And for Aureal Ray, again, it is nice, but from my experience, it is very hard to chain multiple Aureal Ray. Okay, but if you're able to do that, then it is good. The best abilities, of course, like I said, Bolting Strike. It is easy to chain and it also deals the highest damage. 61 times damage per cast, and you can achieve that maximum damage on the third turn. How's that not amazing? And after that, whoa, simply spam that on every turn. So yeah, you can easily spam powerful burst attack on every turn for Levinson, okay? And like you can see here, 183 times hybrid damage. And because hybrid deal attack and magic, and that is kind of hard to build, let's assume you only focus on building his attack stats. I can say that means this skill deals about 90 times damage for physical aspect. So 90 times damage per turn are still really good. Okay, so really powerful hybrid character. You don't need to worry about building him because you can simply focus building him into pure physical attackers. Okay, and for limit burst, it is nice. Okay, the damage 38 physical damage, 30 magic damage, but I think the only time you should use this is on the early part of the battle to give damage modifier to your offensive abilities, because it is a chaining move, and unless you have 2 Levinson, then this LB gonna deal bad damage, I guess, because you cannot chain it. Okay, for Magnus ability, I find his Magnus ability is not that good. Okay, like you can see here, Ice and Wind resist for 2 turns, nice, but I think you need to have Mastermind Stone to extend this kind of buff. For 200% attack defense magic spirit buff, again, it is nice, but doesn't make you able to ditch your buffer. Okay, so let's get that Luna Freya and spam that 200% offstats buff instead of relying on Levinson Magnus ability. And this snowball fight, I have read this 3 times. And honestly, I cannot find what's good about this skill. Okay, maybe I find it wrong, so feel free to correct me in the comment. Okay, but it is basically dispel and crappy damage, so I don't think you want to use this. Okay, maybe it dispels only bad status, but I don't find it on the description. Okay, the description only say status effects, so I believe it is all status effects, bad and good. So enough about abilities, now let's talk about equipment. For equipment, it is the thing that maybe I don't like that much about Levinson. So yes, his main weapon is mace. Okay, you may say you don't need to equip mace. It is only 20% attack and magic boost. Yes, you are correct. You can ignore that if that's what you think. But if you insisting on equipping mace, then you can see that there are only 3 maces which I can recommend to you. First is his own STMR. So you need to pull for Levinson. Good luck on that. I got no complaint. That is a good weapon, but niche, because it is only useful for him. And the second candidate weapon is the bag of toys. Okay, you can get it from the trial on this week. Okay, it is nice because it has ice element, it is two-handed weapon, and it is also mace. So yeah, you don't need to imbue himself with ice element. Very nice. And if you fight against human, then maybe it's good idea to equip him with additional thorn mace. That means, whoa, you will become really awesome human killer. Okay, and if you don't care about, yeah, if you don't have mace, then you can equip Daybreak, Red Sword, or Soul Saber. Okay, so those are two-handed sword to get benefit from damage modifier multiplier. Okay, for the rest, simply focus on the attack and magic stats. Okay, you can see it on the screen. And enough about equipment. My conclusion for Levinson. Levinson is really awesome character. Not only as a hybrid, okay, as a character, because he able to do many things for your party. Okay, and the best thing about that is the breaks. Strong breaks with strong offensive power is kind of rare. For example, yes, we have Adventurer Lock, but let's be honest here, Adventurer Lock offensive power is not on par with top tier attackers. But for Levinson, he is on par with top tier attackers with that amazing breaks. I know his breaks are not spammable, but unless the enemy able to dispel himself, then I must say Levinson breaks is pretty safe to be used. But remember to have other who able to do backup break on the early part of the battle. Okay, and he also has lots of chaining families, but like I said, you won't care about other chaining families other than bolting strike. So focus on finding strong bolting striker. Kartin is good candidate because Kartin strongest move also can be chained with Levinson Aurel Ray. Okay, really nice. And remember, Levinson also able to imperil fire resist. So yeah, really good match with Kartin. And for his Charge Mastery Word, I must say it is really good offensive hat. Okay, it gives you nice attack and magic. And for defensive, you also get the elemental boost, 15%. So yeah, pretty nice. But for his STMR, oh, I really cannot recommend that for you unless you are a big fan of Levinson and plan to use him for a long time. Okay, because mace, it is not good for other characters, it is only good for himself. Okay, he is the best mace users on this game. And the downside is to get that STMR, you need to have for Levinson. But maybe it's better to create 2 7-star Levinson, because remember, you able to bring your own unit as the 6th spot on the 6 slots. I mean, okay, compared to Aurora Fravia, I really cannot think why Aurora Fravia is better than Levinson. Maybe she has better passive, okay, and if I'm not mistaken, she has that fatal damage protection, but she needs awakening and she deals lower damage. No arguing with that. I don't say Aurora Fravia is bad, okay. She is still one of the best hybrid, but against Levinson, she is hopeless. Okay, for Rep actually has better burst damage because he can use quad cast, but for average damage per turn, Levinson is the best. Okay, so I think that's all you need to know about Levinson. Congratulations if you obtain him, but again, I think the biggest prize on this Christmas banner is Lucas. Okay, remember that Levinson gonna be pork rib real fresh, I guess, okay. And I don't think you need to use hybrid character. So if you already have top tier mage and top tier physical attackers, maybe yeah, maybe you don't need to pull for Levinson, okay? But yeah, he is still pretty good character. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more Final Fantasy for FFBE guide. Bye bye guys.